Yes, and I'm sending y'all a sigil or whatever. There's if you're gonna spread a integer sequence. So I'm just gonna stop and make this very clear for my whole frustration and why I don't come off anything like I ever want to seem is the known frustration of being completely misunderstood, not a fault. It's learning linguistics. I'm an English minor. That it's between there are no official rules. It's between the two communicating. If they get the message across, then there were no rules. That's the rule. Get the message across. I do not get the message across. It is my fault. Thus, you hear a lot of frustration, anger. It's frustration is what you're hearing that is not deserved by the recipient, which I do. That's why I do not require subscribers and whatnot. But it's very clear. I'm just trying to remind us. My stance is with the isolated. It can be no other. It has to be because I don't know who else has taking the stance for them. Whether it's third world, whether it's you know, you know child rape by family priest, whatever. Child people are still hidden in basements. You know, sling blade type scenario. I don't know. But I'm saying I have no choice. I'm not scoffing at any other's purpose, awakening. I'm not scoffing at any other's like reality whatsoever. I'm only I'm prompted to remind that it doesn't necessarily have to be all the same for us. I did come here in a more awakened state than I ended up in. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not saying there is no awakening, and I just don't. I'm worn out because religion's taught me to beware of the cliche terms, and I see what they have done with them. Okay, I was into religion so much I didn't even listen to music. I literally taped preachers on cassette and listen back. I was like 24/7 reading or listening to preachers. I've read the Bible all the way through twice. And that's not counting all the major sections emphasized. I know all the little nuances. I know all the violence. I know all the strangeness in the scriptures. Just saying that y'all don't, but like, I'm not scoffing at anybody else's progression or way they entered this realm. I'm remembered that my 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 weak ass attempt at suicide when I was 18. Uh, my sister was the only one that said this, like that I was different. I do not know this difference whatsoever. You're saying I do not know this difference whatsoever. Is it good or bad? Never told to me. Um, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if actually, when I was unconscious, I did go back to the other side or whatever. I have no idea. Um, I do not know, and I wish I know this difference so I could try to correct it. Um, she's the only. They called her Little Me in school. I do not know. I just don't know this difference. I feel guilty as shit about folks on it too much. It was just pain. I didn't know what to do. I was young. But did I was reminded of purpose there, or did I don't know. But like all I'm saying is I seem to come here knowing things, and then just to survive and get just to survive the aloneness, the isolation, which is always there. I more like fell asleep in a sense. So that's not scoffing at the awakening process for others. I'm just saying it things. I mean, just theoretically, things would not have to be the same for all of us. They would not have to be. I came here like knowing direct purpose. I would tell my mother I was born in the wrong century. I didn't literally like I needed a jam box, and you can take me back to the house on the prairie. I mean, it's like there was like I want it's like not even the guitar back then. It's like I would miss being able to play music through electricity on a tape deck, and that's the only thing I knew that I would have to have. I do not identify a different way. She said I wanted to farm. I don't identify as much with that now that I'm older, but just saying, I I don't know, I felt purpose. Everything was purpose. I was kind of like a Mr. Smith, like not not in the destructive way, just like, Mr. Smith is, even Neil says, you're always right, Mr. Smith, whatever he means by that. But, it's, Mr. Smith didn't want to be denied his purpose. That's not wrong. So I am not scoffing at any of y'all. Just, I know my progression was extreme knowing purpose. This isn't home. And I'm saying like as a protective measure, it's like, I think I was informed that so I could bear this. And that's not anything arrogance. I don't even care about the accuracy of it. I'm just saying there's things I knew, and that's what I meant about evaluating the realm. I don't know. It was more like I was here sending a report back. It was like almost like my eyes are filming things for the Akashic records in a sense, which I didn't know what it was called back then. Just assumed innocent, innocent purpose that should not be ignored. And I completely, over the years, fell from that. Just whatever, just the time spent here, when I did not see anything changing. I could not understand why is nothing ever changing. And I let myself really fall apart there at the very end, completely. In a sense, I devolved. I was trying to devolve into some form of animation to be here, because basically, in reality, for a couple of decades, I stayed alive for my mother, meaning I took that responsibility, like just stay alive, not to hurt anyone else. And I would say that's pretty much what I still do. So you don't have to identify with me. You don't have to, you don't have to trust me. Whatever. I'm not seeking power. If I, I do not want my decisions to be filtered through power. They would be skewed. People in power think they have the right to make decisions. And do you understand that their decisions are skewed by assuming that the decision they make is correct because they have the power to. I come from the stance, I want to make them from a powerless perception so they'll be sincere and relevant to all. I'm sorry if that can't be understood or accepted, but not really.